and to a large extent sampled from the diaries and letters from young men fighting in France during World War I. And to tell you that we have got the voices of German, French, English and American soldiers represented here. And that also I wanted to imagine a female presence and reinstate it in this red male arena. Turned red earth.
The whole business is enacted on one narrow strip of ground, which seems much, much too narrow for its gigantic significance. And this strip of ground bears grass, many-colored flowers, trees, and pretty little houses. The ground rises and falls gently. The green fields are intersected by hedges and streams. These thin lines of turned red earth in front of us.
Summer has come here, almost without any spring at all. Up in the woods the birds sing all day, and I love to listen to the cuckoos. The women and children have all returned. The men work in the fields. The church bells toll the hours and quarters. The city and the roofless cathedral fade out in the twilight. The waxing moon brightens in the south.
The grass is about a foot long, and thousands of poppies are swaying along the lips of the trench, these thin lines of turned red earth in front of us.
The ruins of the town are pastel white in the heat. Trees are growing out of the casements. I found the blossom of an unknown white wildflower there. Thousands of gnats were dancing their spiraling measures.
In the dusk, I clamber back into the valley. Long shadows stretch themselves at the foot of the trees. It is nearly 8 o'clock. A patrol that approached very near a village situated right on the German lines reports having heard a woman's laugh in the night.
A dropped shoe of a laugh. How like a rat her little sister looks under the tent of the eider down, sharing nibbles of a sour plum, stolen too soon from the tree.
Summer seems scarcely to have begun, and now autumn has stolen upon us. Today, I've already eaten some apples.
Evening. A rainstorm is rustling, and heavy drops are pattering in the forest. We are hastening along between the tree trunks. The heads of the great pines, gleaming faintly under the soft light of the stars, through holes in the foliage, you can look way back into the occupied territory.
The moon shone brightly into my mug. Beside me was a full bottle of wine. From a distance, the muffled sound of a mouth organ. At dawn, the fog cleared away, letting a sifted light pass through.
A ripe laugh, low and wet in her throat, his mud-cased boots by the door, whiskers tickling the hollow of her throat, dawn silvering long white limbs.
I went with Joseph round to the other side of the village, to the baker's. The sun was just rising in a wintry red sky. The valleys, the woods, all covered with snow, to a great extent bathed in sunshine, seeming to breathe peace.
If the cloud banks roll back, if the moonlight breaks over the windless hills, or the heavens blaze with the beauty of the northern stars, when a cold December morning breaks and the red clay of the trench glows in the sunshine, then we are happy and rejoice like children over the beauty of it.
A cold wave has frozen all the bad ways. A light snow has fallen. At night, the moonlight flooding out of a frosty sky. A patrol that approached very near a village, situated right on the German lines, reports having heard a woman's laugh in the night.
A bark of a laugh. Cruelty is acrid on the wind like smoke from green wood. Luck wears thin and the larder yawns. Green water pools in shell holes. These thin lines of turned red earth in front of us.
Then the cuckoos began to call in the green valleys. All at once, almost simultaneously, all the birds of the forest began to sing. Michaelmas daisies, chamomile, cornflowers, larkspur, and Mama's favorite toad flags, all flaunt their gay blossoms.
The lilac gave out its lovely scent, and the coloured leaves glowed on the fresh sods, but the earth crumbled, as it were, impatiently. Then we scattered the flowers and the leaves over the dead and began to shovel in the earth. The May sun still shone brightly.
All the valley was bathed in blue mist, almost transparent. One hears only the song of the larks, studs of gold in the sky of France. Out of the gardens of the ruined chateau of Halbach and Camp, we fetched rhododendrons, box, snowdrops, and primroses, and made nice little flower beds.
A fresh bruise of a laugh, because there is a baby, greedy, gleeful, bold as a brass button. He is clutching her cheeks in both his hands.